So guys, it dropped yesterday on the internet that apparently Riot is working with Tencent to potentially make League of Legends for your mobile. Playing League of Legends on our mobile phones is officially going to happen. Maybe not in 2019, but potentially 2020 and maybe 2021. I'm thinking 2020, guys. I think this is going to be a faster turnaround than we think, and I'm pretty sure this source is pretty viable and is pretty damn respectable. If anybody watching this video doesn't know, Tencent actually bought the majority stake in Riot in 2011, and they actually fully owned it in 2015. They've been working with Riot for a very long time, and they've been wanting to make a League of Legends mobile game for ages. Literally for ages. But Riot have always kind of been against this. They've kind of thought that making League on the mobile kind of takes away the exclusivity of the PC and in turn waters down the product, which in my eyes, I kind of agree. You know, if they do bring it to the mobile, it's not going to be every single rune. It's not going to be every single champion. And I think the gameplay itself is going to be a little bit different. And in turn, what they kind of don't want to do and what hopefully won't happen is that it tarnishes the actual League of Legends brand, the name itself, the game itself. You don't want people to associate maybe potentially a bad mobile game with a really, really good PC game. But I think they're doing this specifically because the growth of League, it isn't stagnant, but it definitely isn't as good as it used to be a couple of years ago. You know, what happens is new games come and go, especially with battle royales recently, Fortnite, Apex, PUBG. There's always a competitor comes in and kind of takes the top spot for maybe a couple of months. Then they fall off. Riot bounces back with League, and then another battle royale comes out, another hot game comes out for a month or two. Then eventually everybody slowly comes back to Summoner's Rift. And in Asian culture, guys, mobile gaming is absolutely massive. In the US and in the EU, it's not as big as you would expect, because think about this logically. I kind of thought about this and went, hey, every single person has a phone. No matter pretty much how old you are, you'll have a phone. And it's a pretty damn good phone. So realistically, anybody at any moment, at any time of the day can be gaming. And with phones being so sophisticated and so good nowadays, some of the freaking mobile games out there are absolutely stupendous. It puts what I used to play on my Nintendo 64 and PS2 to absolute shame. But for some reason in Western culture and in the US, it just does not stick. It just does not transfer across. People like to use just social media and use their phones for everything else but gaming. I'm not saying that they don't game, but I'm just saying that in Asian culture, it's just so massive compared to Western culture. In fact, mobile games accounted for 57% of the video game revenue in China in 2018, but only 36% in the US market, which is absolutely crazy. But with this in mind, I honestly think that if they put enough effort and enough resources, they could make something great. They really could make something great. In fact, personally, for me, PUBG is better on the phone than it is on the PC. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds was one of the very first battle royales out there, and it was absolutely fantastic. It was innovative, it was so good, but then every other game came and kind of took the crown away from it and made kind of a better PUBG. We have Fortnite, we have Apex, we have whatever else. And realistically, they made a really smart move moving to the phone, because personally, the phone game is way better than the actual game itself on the PC. And I think that's the way they kind of save their asses. And I think PUBG, especially in the phone, is massive in China, massive in Asian countries. And regardless of this, guys, there has definitely been some League of Legends and MOBA orientated games already on the phone, which you guys might recognize over the last few years. And surprisingly, Tencent is actually behind one of the biggest, and that is Honor of Kings. It was huge in China, and it was launched in 2015, and it ended up becoming one of the world's largest grossing MOBAs ever. But with them doing this, there was a lot of tension between Tencent and Riot, just kind of because they kind of copied League of Legends pretty much down to a T. They changed the names and so on, but realistically, the game itself was very, very similar. And yeah, they ended up changing the name from Honor of Kings to Arena of Valor. In fact, I even remember a lot of streamers and stuff kind of showing it off a while back. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube. And yeah, for some reason, Arena of Valor just did not transfer across the Western culture. It just became so big and so consumed in China, but whenever it was kind of brought over here, we just really didn't take to it. And again, I think it's just because of a culture thing. We just are not big into gaming on our phones, where China just lives and freaking breathes it. But to put into perspective just how much money can be made with a mobile game, Honor of Kings, Arena of Valor, they made billions last year, and that obviously could potentially be an absolute fraction to what League of Legends would make if it came to the mobile. Because obviously you have the dedicated fan base from all over the globe, which would at least download it and give it a go. And if Riot do make a really good product, if Tencent do make a really good product, which I assume they would, because realistically, there's a reason why League of Legends is still around 10 years later, and it's because of the heart and soul which they put into character design, keeping the game fresh every single patch, making skins innovative, fun, and not just kind of drawn out, regurgitating the same stuff. I feel that this could be a really strong step in the right direction for Riot. And yeah, we're not going to be getting League of Legends 2 anytime soon, or a Summoner's Rift World of Warcraft kind of orientated RPG MMO. A man can dream though, maybe in 2022. You know, maybe that's something which is on the cards. Yeah, we'll see. And the question I leave with you guys is, do you think it's going to be good? Will you play it? Would you play it? Do you think it's going to be just like every other MOBA which has come to a mobile? It's going to be a bit of a flop, very samey. Or do you think bringing the League of Legends brand will help establish it as a mobile game, and it will be something absolutely spectacular? Comment below, guys. Tell me what you think. I'm very interested. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and turn notifications on and subscribe. Until next time, bros, take it easy. Peace out and good luck on the Rift.
Coming waves across the shore. Oh, maybe you could fly my kite, babe. Maybe you could fly my kite, babe. I can hear your laughter coming.